Harper, would you come on out? And Mr. Clever, you'll be ready to do the reading. We can take care of that issue on those issues on our agenda. Thank you, Director.
Thank you. This is Planning Commission docket 2018-Z-03. Applicant is Robert Beneke and Casey Brown. They're asking to rezone 5.24 acres from R1 to IL. The total acreage of the site is 10.001 acres. It's located on West Bullitt Road. Planning Commission held a public hearing on February 8, 2018. Because of the testimony received at the public hearing, the Planning Commission recommends to send a favorable recommendation to the Bullitt County District Court.
Mr. Clary?
Commonwealth of Kentucky County Bullitt zoning ordinance number 18-05. An ordinance relating to changing zoning of certain property from R1 residential to IL light industrial. The property in question is 5.24 acres, more or less, located on West Bullitt Road, an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County considers the evidence of the public hearing held by the Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission. And whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set in 7 minutes. Now therefore be ordained by the Fiscal Court, County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky. Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in document number 2018-Z-03, is hereby changed from R1 residential to IL light industrial. Section 2, this ordinance will take effect upon the passage of publication. Section 3, should any section or provision prior to this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be effective and shall remain in full force and effect. In the first reading of the public hearing and regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of March 2018, given the second reading and voted upon at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of March 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Flaherty. Action is requested.
I move the follow recommendation on the planning commission on 1805.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion on this planning and zoning request? Motion. And Ms. Shaker, may call the roll.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahill?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Ms. Shaker. And Director, for the second item.
This is Planning Commission docket 2018-Z-03.2. The applicant is Robert Beneke and Casey Brown. They are asking to request the zoning change of 4.76 acres more or less from IL to R1. This is the remaining portion of the property of the 10.001 acres. A public hearing was held on February 8, 2018. Based on the testimony, the Planning Commission recommends an favorable recommendation to Fiscal Court.
Thank you, Director. Mr. Flaherty?
Commonwealth of Kentucky County of Bullitt zoning ordinance number 18-06. An ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from IL light industrial to R1 residential. The property in question is 4.76 acres more or less, located on West Bullitt Road in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County considers the evidence of the public hearing held by the Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission. Whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and accepts and adopts the reasons of the Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in 7 minutes. Now therefore be ordained by the Fiscal Court of the County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky. Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in document number 2018-Z-03.2, is hereby changed from IL light industrial to R1 residential. Section 2, this ordinance will take effect upon passage of publication. Section 3, should any section or provision part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be effective, shall remain in full force and effect. In the first reading of public hearing and regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of March 2018, in the second reading and voted upon at the regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of March 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Flaherty. Action is requested.
I move the follow recommendation of the planning commission on 1806.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? And Ms. Shaker, may call the roll.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahill?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Director.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Flaherty.
Thank you.
And let me go ahead and take Jailer Knox. Good morning, Jailer Knox. Good morning. How you doing today?
Just fine.
Good, just fine. Will you bring up the, Crown Victoria?
Yeah, I have the city of Hillview has donated to the county a, it's a four-door gray 2008 Crown Victorian Ford, for our road crew. It's in good condition, so I would want to see if I can get that added to our road crew list. I do have the case here, I need to probably turn it in to your, if you all pass that for me, so I can get the insurance on it. And
Make a motion, we accept the 2008 Crown Vic for the jail's, I don't remember this jail.
this is road crew.
Road crew.
We have a
All the
motion.
maintenance with that will be kept up through
Like
the,
insurance and
all that will be kept up
With
with
the
the,
jail's budget.
jail's budget, well, the commissary. Not the insurance, okay.
We have a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion on, Ms. Shana, read that motion, please.
The motion is to accept the donation by the city of Hillview for the Crown Vic, the 2008 four-door gray Crown Vic for the road crew.
Just want to make sure we know what we're voting on. Thank you, Ms. Shana. Any questions on that motion? Ms. Shana, you may call the roll.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
That's all I have, now everything you need.
thank you.
Thank you.
You got bids available?
No, I don't have any bids that we are high time. Well, thank you all.
Thank you, Jayla. I know Director Mike Phillips has something to bring up, so come on up, Director, please, and we'll proceed with our discussion on the marijuana topic in just a few minutes.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm passing out a request to surplus the vehicle that was stolen and totaled so that we can go ahead and surplus it. And Keiko, the adjuster, has determined that it is a complete loss and they will come and pick it up as soon as we do this and cut us a check.
Make a motion, we surplus the vehicle 14 Squad 9 with VIN number.
Second one.
We have a motion and a second. We'll have Ms. Shana read the motion.
The motion is to surplus the vehicle 2014 Squad 9 that was previously stolen, right?
Any questions or discussion on that motion? And Ms. Shana, you may call the roll.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And the judge also asked me to bring you all up to speed because that vehicle was totaled. And last Saturday night on our way to LJ, we hit a deer, done almost $6,000 of damage to one of our older trucks. I requested the judge allow me to purchase the 2 ambulances we had in the budget under emergency order, so we can get them in here within 30 days. The last vendor that bid, their bid last February, honored their bids. Actually, we're getting the same price for 2018. So they'll be here, the first one will be here within the next 3 weeks. The judge wanted me to bring you all up to speed, and let you know that we did do that. The money is funded in there. Because if we waited, we'd probably been 60 to 90 days out. So I took their last 2 chassis.
Like, do you want to have them approve me cutting the check upon delivery?
This year's not exact. Can I get fiscal court's approval and authorize the county treasurer to cut those checks for all received vehicles in the vehicle? $72,442 each.
That's budgeted item.
Yes, sir.
Make a motion, we have treasurer cut the check on delivery of 2 or 1.
Objection.
2 vehicles. What did you say, 72,000?
$72,442.
Okay. We have a motion motion and a second. We will have Ms. Shaner read that motion.
The motion is to purchase 2 ambulances to approve
Sorry, treasurer.
the treasurer to cut the check upon receipt of the invoices for $72,442 for each of the 2 ambulances.
It's actually upon delivery.
Upon delivery, okay. So not upon receipt of the invoice, upon delivery. Okay.
And Sam, you do an excellent job. Will you read that, please?
Approve the, to have the treasurer cut a check upon delivery of 2 ambulances for $72,442 apiece. Only have 2 emergency vehicles.
And you're fine with that, basically, and Director, you're good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Magistrate, do you have any questions or discussion on that motion?
Give me again some of the more bigger ones.
I'll add, but that's the second one we did in 3 months.
Any other questions or discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Ms. Shaner, you may call the roll.
Mr. Mitchell? Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rayo?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And finally, the judge asked me to bring you all up to speed on FEMA. We've met our 2 criteria. The state's met their threshold. We met our threshold through our preliminary assessment. FEMA representative, state emergency management, Kentucky Transportation, Height, myself will meet with FEMA tomorrow. We'll drive around to the sites. They'll verify the damage and the repairs that we made, make sure that they agree with it. Of course, their adjusters are trying to knock things down. My job is to make sure that we don't lose any of the claim amounts so that we stay above our threshold. We are at $440,000, so we have a little room to play. That's Shepherdsville has over $100,000 worth of claims. State Road has roughly 150. We have about 150, 160. I think we have more than that, but I kept it low, on the low side, so that we didn't lose a whole lot. So we should come out ahead tomorrow, and then after they do their assessment, we should know by Thursday whether we maintain our amount, and if so, then the president will make or governor will make a request to the president for the federal declaration. If the president signs that declaration, then paperwork starts and all, everything you pay me to do. We're waiting on your road, Dennis, with Bashir's Hill. I think we're waiting on 2 quotes. We don't have to bid it because we're still under a state of emergency, but we have to at least make an honest attempt to solicit 3 or 4 bids, make sure we're bidding on apples to apples, and once we do that, Height can go ahead and proceed to repair the road. That's probably the first road we'll take them to tomorrow, and then we'll start working on it back. So I'll try to keep you all up to date on where we're at, and make sure that we stay above our threshold so we get our $200,000 back.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark.
Any questions? Judge, with your approval, may I be excused?
Sure.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Director Hatfield, you want to go ahead and bring your item up?
Yeah, I'm gonna do just a second.
Oh, you're fine. Thank you, Director.
The Kentucky Agricultural Department has sent us a letter to have a recycling program, about 2 or 3 hours. It won't cost us any money other than if we want to run an ad in the Pioneer News. But what they do, when the certain pesticides are purchased through these farmers, then they call what they call a rinse and return or clean and return policy. They'll set up at the county road department for 2 hours. The only person that would have to be there would be me. It will be during regular hours, so there'll be no overtime. And that's something we've never done, and I would like to try to do that for the farmers of Bullitt County. but I want to draw permission. I mean, this is brand new to me, so I'm talking to Hardin County, they're doing it, and they come in, set up, no cost to taxpayers, so, you know, it gives them a way to recycle the plastic that these pesticides are in, that where they can't actually take it to the recycling center. And by the way, from March the 1st to March 17th, we had 398 people come through the recycling center. It's good. So whatever, if y'all would like to try that, then make a nod, motion. Okay. Y'all ready? Okay. That's all I have. Any questions? We'll give it a shot. It'll be probably the end of June, because tomorrow the ad goes out in the paper for cleanup days, which is April 28th at North Bullitt and Bullitt East, May the 12th at Lebanon Junction, Nichols, and Shepherdville. So the ad comes out tomorrow for the bids. Last day of the bids, April 4th. Well, I'll open them at 9 o'clock in the judge's office, April 5th. Anything else?
No, sir.
Thank y'all. Good luck.
Thank you, Director. Mr. Ricky, you want to go ahead and give a presentation on the legislative issues? Mr. Ricky will speak on legislative issues. He is on the addendum, and I think this is good for everyone to hear what's going on in Frankfurt.
And I'll try to do this without my blood pressure going up too much. So, as the judge said, I am going in and taking part in some legislative committees working in Frankfurt. Spending quite a bit of time in Frankfurt. Last week I was up there 4 days. I'll be back up there Thursday. I was up there yesterday. And there's just a couple of bills that I want to make sure everybody's aware of, and that you can call and reach out to Russell Weber, James Tipton, and Dan Syme, and Lynn Belcher. Those are the people you all need to reach out to, because this is very important. There's a lot of things going on there. They were talking about, you guys were talking about the days that things can happen. The week of the 26th looks like it's going to be a budget concurrence week, where they'll talk about the budget. April 2nd is the last day to do anything on the budget. My understanding is that they were going to present a budget in committee this morning, rush it out of committee, rush it to the floor, and vote on it today. That's what we heard yesterday. Now, that was yesterday. The way things are going in Frankfurt, that could change. We don't know. The two bills that I want to bring you guys to your attention, for you all to talk to your legislators, to our legislators, is Senate Bill 1 and Senate Bill 66. Senate Bill 1 was the pension bill. It is dead. They could not do anything with it. That's very frustrating. And again, I'm going to try to stay calm, but as a citizen, it's very frustrating that they couldn't do anything with that. They've had months and months and months to get this thing together, and they didn't. It looks like there could be a call for special session. Again, this is, in my opinion, not the court, somebody else. That's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Senate Bill 1 is dead, but there was something tied to Senate Bill 1, which is Senate Bill 66. Senate Bill 1, if it passed without 66, meant that the increase in the pensions that we had nothing to do with in this room, we would have to pay for in a lump sum, is a 47% increase. A 47% increase in what our just the county fiscal court pays. I'm not even talking about the sheriff. I'm not even talking about the county attorney. What fiscal court pays, that 47% increase would mean $500,000 that we have to come up with now for a problem that we did not create. Senate Bill 66 was attached to this. Senate Bill 66 is a phase-in, which means we can pay this over a period of time. The original amount of time was 4 years. They've now extended that to 10 years. So it looks like a 10-year phase-in of this program. That means we're probably going to have to come up with between 10 and 12%, which still means $150,000 of a problem we didn't create. But that's better. So we have to get Senate Bill 66. We are now in a position where if we don't do anything and Frankfurt decides to do whatever they want, we're going to get slapped with this. The reason Senate Bill 66 is so important is the phase-in will actually save some communities. Bullitt County, we're okay. Now, one of the problems that we have, and again, I went on a rant, and actually used the rant and went out and talked to leadership. In a meeting, I said, as somebody that actually helps write a budget, which apparently most of these folks in Frankfurt do not do, but as somebody that helps write a budget, to say that you're going to add this huge expense, and they said, well, you just pull it out of your reserve. Okay, I used the example 4 years ago when I started here, our reserve was about 400,000. We got it up to about 900,000, and keeping our budget flat without raising the budget. Actually, we should be about 10%, which means 2.3 million. So we're still underfunded in that, but we're no different than every other county. To say that we're going to pull that out, if they send that in, we go back down to the 400,000. Okay, just follow the logic. We'd be okay for a year, 2 years, we'd be fine. Bullitt County's fine. There are counties in eastern Kentucky that will die. There are cities, and maybe some in this community, that will no longer function. They will no longer, because the cities are under the same obligation. They have to do it. If you sit on a city council right now, you're running into the same thing that Senate Bill 1 or Senate Bill 66 does. You're going to have to pay it. And your percentage is 47% as well. Okay? So these are the issues. These are the problems that we have with this. So my point was, what you're saying is dip into the reserve. Mike Phillips was just here. We had a flood. If FEMA decides not to do what they're going to do, guess what? We have to use our reserve. But in Frankfurt, FEMA will take care of it. We don't know that. This is an issue. This is an issue we all have in this room, and I'm sorry if I'm picking at Frankfurt, but I'm going to because I don't see anybody that any of our representatives here. We've got to call these folks and say, you've got to at least do the phase-in. If we're going to pay for your mistake, at least let us phase this in. That's what we have to do. So I'm urging everybody to call and to fight that. And again, this that we're going to have, just pull it on the reserve. And again, the rant that I had, my point was that as somebody that worked for 30 years in the private sector, if we would have run things like that in the private sector, we'd have all been fired.
Amen.
And somebody said, well, you sound like the governor. I said, well, maybe you ought to be fired too. That was my opinion. That's nobody else's. But if you can't get this together, you shouldn't be there. That's a problem. I swore I wasn't going to do that. And that's why I had to go out Thursday and they told me not to talk like that, to be nice and to be cordial. But again, pick up the phone. It's Senate Bill 66. One is dead. We have to have 6. We have to have phase-in. That has to be, or again, the county will be fine. But it's not just the county. There's 120 counties. And there are a bunch of cities in those counties, and they will die on the line. They will not be able to do it. They won't survive.
Keith, we're not gonna be fine.
We
can pay that for
2 years.
And then what?
That's right. That's what I'm saying. For 2 years, we're okay. But there are, the problem with this is, and the word that one of the folks in one of these meetings said yesterday is, this is a catastrophe ready to happen. And we've got folks in Frankfurt that are sitting on their hands. Again, I'll be up there Thursday to go and talk to every one of them, and I will be passionate. I won't be rude, or I won't be as colorful probably as I am here today, because I feel like I'm my own friend, but I'm going to go fight for this. I'm going to stand up and fight for this. And everybody here should get on the phone and call those folks and tell them, we got to have phase-in. And if you are on a city council at Pioneer Village, or Hillview, or Shepherdsville, Lebanon Junction, I mean, I don't want to be the guy that's the prime wolf here, but there are cities that won't survive. They just won't. And I'll tell you, they had 10 counties that will be in big trouble right away. That were under catastrophe issues right away. Jefferson County is one. Jefferson County has to come up with $38 million. And it's not a problem that they caused. Now, Jefferson County, people can hate Louisville, they can be, they can, whatever, out of the state, they can hate that. As Louisville goes, so goes the state of Kentucky. It's the driving force. And if it's a catastrophe for them, it's a catastrophe for everybody. Again, this can all be, the phase-in is the only way to do this, since we have to do it. But I'm not real thrilled with that one either, but it's the best solution that we have, so.
Keith,
That's
while
my
you're there,
last thing, too.
while you're there, would you speak about what they're trying to do to take one of our district court judges here in the county?
And again, that's something that they had a committee meeting on a Friday night. They passed it out on Friday night, took it to the House and voted on Monday. What they've done is there are 3 counties involved in this. They created a family court judge in Boone and Godolphin. No, it's Jonathan Shell's, it's one of Jonathan Shell's, Rockcastle. They created a district judge there. The problem that they have in Frankfurt now is that if they create a position, they have to take away a position. They want to keep everything flat. About a year ago, they were trying to take one of our positions away. They were trying to cut a judge in our county. A growing county, soon to have 100,000, they were going to cut a judge. They killed that. They saw the error of their way. They killed that. And that was the Senate. So what they did is they decided to add a family court judge, but to do that, they're going to take one of our district judges and make that the family court. So we'll have one district judge. The problem that a lot of people, and it's not just here, but it's a lot of people in the state have with that, is that you've taken a mess, which is the family court, and you've just taken that mess and added it to district court. So we were advocating for a county our size, growing like we are, we need to add a judge. Senator Stivers said that he wasn't for that. He wants to cut judges. It costs too much. He doesn't want to do anything. They don't want to talk about revenue in the state. That's a whole other argument that I won't get into that one yet. So what they did is they had a bill that this would go into effect in 2022. Give us about 4 years, give us and the other counties, not just us, but we're affected by this, the other counties to have 4 years to do it. At the last minute, a representative from Louisville changed it, added a substitute bill that this will take effect next year. So there will be, the election in November will not be for the second district judge, it will be for a family court judge. That's what that's for. Now, I went up to one of the hearings on this, and Senator Simon was on that committee, and he said he could have added an amendment, but he decided not to, and he voted for it. All of our representatives voted for it, except for Linda Belcher. She voted against it. I'm just putting the facts out there. In the House, it did pass the House. It will probably pass the Senate this week. It's going to go into effect. Once again, Bullitt County, one of the top 10 counties in the state, one of the 5 fastest growing counties in the state.
The repercussion of that, Keith, is that our deputies will spend all day in court. Instead of, a couple hours, there'll be a court still on the thing. Then we'll have to add more police officers to be able to police. Financially,
And
it'll kill us too.
to that point, but here's the problem. We're not going to do that because we don't have any money, because we don't want to talk about revenue.
We don't raise
We don't want to
taxes.
address revenue.
Nobody wants to raise taxes, but it's only.
It is, I don't want to raise taxes. How about a gaming bill? Again, I'm sorry, I wanted to go.
Well, let's hear it. Everything drives me, everything, it's good, they take away one, it's gonna end up costing our budget another $1 million.
I'm not going anywhere else. I've said it. I'm just reporting again. I'm sitting in these meetings and I'm fighting these things and I'm getting a little frustrated.
Basically, y'all get a little bit of an avenue of why we set up there, it ain't just because we disagree with things. I mean, we have millions and millions of dollars we gotta decide on. It's awful.
In both these issues that Keith's brought up, our office has been very involved. The House Bill 348 is the one involving the judges. Our office has been extremely concerned with it because of the impact it'll have on our police officers, on our caseloads. If this passes, and unfortunately it's looking like it's heading that direction, there will be 24 counties in Kentucky that are smaller than Bullitt County that will have more judges, district judges, or the same number. There are counties with less than half our population that will have more district judges than we have. Just on the criminal side, our 2 judges handled well over 6,000 criminal cases last year. That's traffic, misdemeanor, felony. That doesn't include their civil dockets. There are probate cases, there are small claims, there are juvenile, their disability. So you're probably looking at anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 cases that those two judges have to handle. And that's just a rough estimate. For one judge to handle that, I don't see how it's even possible. We've had individuals who have filed or are thinking about potentially running for judge one day. Some outstanding individuals, they have said if there's only one district judge, they would never do the job. It would be the worst job in the county, and possibly the worst job in the state. So we may lose some very well qualified people who would be interested in serving. It would be our officers would be in court. Instead of trying to get them in and out there in an hour, it would be 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. They just have to sit there waiting for their case to be called. So and we don't dispute the need for another family court judge. We don't have, there's a need for that. Why do they need to take one of our district judges away? There are counties that are much, much smaller that have multiple judges. And that's what they did. The other two, Keith mentioned, they're adding 3 family court judges. The other 2 circuits, they're adding a family court judge. They're taking a judge from somewhere else that's much smaller to accommodate for that. Why Bullitt County they picked out to hit, and those are, also those other 2 circuits, they're 4 years down the road. Bullitt County is the only county that will be affected next year.
And again, Judge, this is to Rob's point. Again, I want to make it very clear. We are advocating, and what we are advocating for is a growing county. We need more. We don't need to shift burden from, again, we're moving the dirty clothes from that corner to this corner, but we're not washing them. And that's what we need to advocate for, and we're not getting that in Frankfurt. And what we need to do, and that, unfortunately, I think that bus has left the station. It's gone. It changed in a couple of years. It sure better. It sure better. And we better start. We deserve more in this county. We're treated like the redheaded stepchild, and I know that's probably politically incorrect to say that, but that's what we're treated as in this state. And why is because we'll roll over and we'll take it. Well, like the movie Network, I'm mad as hell and I'm not taking it anymore. So,
Kevin,
I've got a question about the financial side. Are judges typically self-sustaining in the amount of court costs that they generate to where they can cover their cost of operation?
It's through ALC, it's through the state. The issue that's with this is that again, when Senator Stivers sits in on that committee and he passes on it because he wants to cut judges because he wants to save money.
Right.
That's great. Here's the problem, we're a growing state, we have growing communities. I use the analogy, I had a 1965 Mustang that I paid $500 for. Okay, when it was brand new, it was about $2,000. If I bought that same Mustang now, it's about $50,000. You can't continually pay for things like it was 1970. You can't. So you have to look at revenue. And again, I'm not advocating for any tax hikes at all. I am advocating for taking fees, don't leave fees at 1970 to pay for things in 2018. But we also need to look at every avenue we can for revenue. And again, I go back to, and I've been an advocate for the gaming bill since 2011 when I was chairman of the lottery board. That's something that we're not even going to consider. I'm not saying you have to vote for it, but at least consider it. And these are the issues that we have. So again, you have to look at, as Rob said, the two judges that they're going to create, they're going to counties not even close to them to take those judges away. But they feel like they can just do this to us. I don't know why.
And as far as the funding, Kevin, the judicial budget is separate. There's a separate judicial budget, and most of that is generated from fees and costs. But it's just like with your general tax dollars. It's not that every court sustains itself. It's usually the larger districts help sustain the rest of the state. So Bullitt County being the 10th largest county, very likely a lot of the costs and fees that we generate here are going to support, of course, in other parts of the state. Just like Louisville's tax base supports a lot. So it's not really that much different. It's about volume and how big your caseload is. We have the largest caseload for any circuit court as far as Judge Burgess in the state. Our family court is the 5th largest. So, we're a very busy judicial circuit.
Mike?
The question I have is, how many court cases do you estimate are not going to make it because of Speedy Trial Act if we lose another judge? Do you have any idea?
I couldn't even, the biggest issue we would have in district court is felony cases, because all cases, unless they're taken directly by the grand jury, and those are a very small number, they all begin in district court.
Right.
If the person, depending on whether they're in custody or not, we have a certain period of time, whether it's 15 days or 30 days, to have a probable cause hearing, determine whether there's probable cause to keep that going. I think whatever judge is there, we're going to tell off, ensure we don't have any issues there, but what would happen is those probable cause hearings would get precedent over cases that can wait. So they would make sure that we're not violating any rules to where those cases aren't dismissed. The problem is the rest of the docket gets pushed back further and further and further. So that's where you start seeing an issue, because I think they would make every effort to ensure those are done in a timely fashion if we're not having any constitutional issues.
Yeah.
But what that does to the rest of the docket, instead of you getting a continuance for 30 days on the case, it may be 90 days or 120 days before your case is dealt with. And there's only so many days, so many hours. It's very common that both of our district judges are on the bench at the same time. Whether it's each with the criminal docket, with the criminal, with the civil, that happens 3 or 4 days a week, where they're both on the bench at the same time. How one judge can handle that, we don't know.
And again, our point on this is, this is not putting one section against another. This is, our county deserves more. We deserve better. And we need people fighting for us in Frankfurt. And one thing you all can do, you can pick up your phone and call whoever your representative is, call Senator Simon, call their offices, and tell them. And again, my first point here was to not go into that, because I think that train is left. We've got to get Senate Bill 66. We have to have that.
And talk about Senate Bill 66, keep focused a lot on counties, because that's where his primary focus is, 47% increase. The state employees are looking at, I believe, an 84% increase. And our office has some state and some county depending on how it's funded. We get some funding through the Prosecutor's Advisory Council, some through the county to support our office. So Prosecutor's Advisory Council, about 97-98% of the money they have goes towards salaries. They're going to have to figure out how to cover an 84% increase in retirement. It will affect county attorneys. It's really going to hit Commonwealth attorneys because they get 100% of their money from the state. So you may lose Commonwealth attorneys or assistant Commonwealth attorneys. The state police, I think, are looking at 144% increase in their retirement. It's going to be, because it's hazardous duty, because it's state, they're really going to get hit hard.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about hazardous, non-hazardous. I'm sorry.
Well, I just want to say, we all were at the state magistrates conference last week, and of course, everybody's texting us asking us to speak to our legislators, and we did. I even talked to Secretary of Justice Tilley about this, and but what it is, it affects us. Your police officers in your city and the deputy sheriffs are all going to be tied up in court over here for 8 hours instead of an hour for a case. That's going to be a whole lot of police off the street.
And again, if we were a flat county, if we were a county that was not growing, but we are. We know what the numbers are. And we have to make sure that everybody understands what the numbers are. The numbers that came out at the last census were 10 to 15,000 people short. We know that for a fact because 2 cities sued them. So we can't go in here saying we're almost at 80,000. We're not. We're probably 85, 86,000. We are fast closing in. We've got to help ourselves. We've got to help ourselves. So we've got to reach out. And again, they coached me up on this, and I guess because I get a little passionate about things, to be very respectful, I'm going to try to stay like this. As a matter of fact, my daughter is going to go with me on Thursday, so that I won't act like a complete total jackass. So, because I'll have her there to kind of say, she's going up there for a school project, but she will go with me, so she can see how this works. Because I want to see, she's 18, she's going to be voting, I want her to see.
Okay, any other questions concerning these topics? If you all need to get a hold of anybody, you can get a hold of my office, Keith Griffin, the magistrate's eye,
And Rob and his office is really, they've done a lot of information.
And Rob's office, right, so get in touch with them. Keith, anything else?
No, no.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Let's move on real quick. I make a motion to reappoint William F. Tabler to the Zoltan Fire Protection District Board.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to reappoint Bill Taylor. Any questions or discussion? Ms. Cheney, the call roll.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Raymo?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell? Motion carried.
Number 7 on new business, action is requested to accept Jeremy Burgess' resignation from the Nichols Fire Board.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Ms. Sherry, may call the roll.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Raymo?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And number 8, I'll make a motion to appoint Clinton Saul to the Nichols Fire Board, replacing Jeremy Burge.
Second motion.
Thank you, Dennis. We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Ms. Sherry, may call the roll.
Mr. Raymo?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay,